Sometimes when you look at something in the distance, even the biggest objects can seem small. That's why if you use the right tools, you can get a good idea of the true size of that object. The same can be said for financial planning. You don't want to let yourself get caught by a huge financial surprise. How did this get in here? For many parents, the boulder in the room is the cost of their children's education. But that shouldn't be the case. Only a few years ago, a full-time student in Canada paid an average of $14,500 per year for post-secondary schooling. That's roughly $58,000 for a 4-year program. And that doesn't even include out-of-home expenses. Despite this high cost, education remains a great investment. But parents and students need to be smart about their education planning. One great option to get ready for the boulder in the room is to put money away through a Registered Education Savings Plan, or RESP. By taking advantage of a tax treatment and government contributions, an RESP is a great way to give your kid options when pursuing his or her post-secondary education. Contributions are easy to set up, and there are many other government grants that you can qualify for. The earlier you invest in an RESP, the easier it can be to put away money for your kid's education. Here's a quick tip. Create a line in your budget for savings every month. The only way to put money aside every month is to act as if it was never there. You have to budget to save before you can even start to invest. That leads to long-term consistency, and that's how money grows. Then you take the money you've set aside for savings and divide it into 3 investment buckets. Set aside the percentage you want for each bucket and adjust accordingly every year. So for example, you can plan to set aside 70% for retirement, 20% for short-term investments, and 10% for your kid's education. And if he or she is attending school away from home, maybe a few extra bucks for a little party for you and your spouse. If you're saving for your child's education in an RESP, your money grows tax-free, and the government contributes every year. Yeah, you heard me right. The government will give you $500 every year for every $2,500 you contribute to an RESP per child. So over 10 years, that means the government gives you $5,000 toward each child's education. That means you'll be able to put 30 grand toward your child's education in 10 years and 60 grand in 20 years. That can go a long way to help the kids avoid going way too deep in debt as they start looking for work after graduation. You may also be eligible for a Canada Learning Bond. To learn more, visit servicecanada.gc.ca and follow the links to Raising a Family and then Saving for Your Child's Education. So friends, there's no shortcut around this boulder once it's there, but with a little bit of planning and northern know-how, this boulder never has to be there. Don't put planning for your child's post-secondary education on the back burner. Spend those last few years before your child goes to college or university planning how you'll redecorate the house or where you'll vacation once they've left for school. Until next time, this is your Northern Financial Survival Guide, signing off. Oh, right. It's right there.